TIL Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak has disdain for money and large wealth accumulation. In 2017 he said he didn't want to be near money, because it could corrupt your values. When Apple went public, Wozniak offered $10 million of his stock to early Apple employees, something Jobs refused to do. Met this guy once at a conference my company hosted several years back. Super awesome. Jovial. Didn't think he was better than anyone else and genuinely interested in conversation and talking tech. His business card is metal with perforations using the negative space for the logo. Very cool. Edit. To add some clarity, as I know a lot of folks want second-hand accounts, verifying ex-celeb is legitimately down to earth. Woz was extremely nice and genuine, but there was no mistaking that he knew who he was. He knew he was the guy in the room everybody wanted to talk to. He knew he was a main attraction. You gotta understand, he wasn't being himself as people like to often say. He was aware of the situation and chose to be jovial and polite and genuine. Which to me says a lot more than meeting a celeb at a private party or something where guards are let down. His guard was all the way up and still was a fantastic guy to meet, and not in a fake cheesy way either. I've met some super famous folks like Ben Stiller, Vince Vaughn, Jimmy Kimmel, who I would describe like was, athletes like Dak Prescott, Hunter Renfrow, Mark Ingram, Julio Jones, etc. But my all-time favorite encounter was Will Forte. I met him in the lobby of the Chinese theater after a premiere. He was by himself, no entourage like Jonah Hill, no crowds of teenage girls shouting his name at the barrier fences. But he talked to me and my sister for 30 minutes or so after we walked up and told him how much we loved him on 30 Rack. Asked us what we do for a living, asked about our families and where we're from, asked our opinions on different SNL sketches. Made 2 fans for life right there. He once came into the movie theater I worked in and gave $100 to everyone working. It's a small theater, Camera 7 in Campbell, CA, so it wasn't a lot of people, but it was amazing to see him and receive the money. Is Wozniak about to go down for something? Why are there so many wholesome Woz posts lately? I think sometimes people start posting more about something when they already see it to try and ride the karma wave. I was gonna say something like, yeah right, give me a break, face with rolling eyes. Billionaire says he doesn't like money, but then I looked it up. Woz only has about 100 mil USD, and while that's still a staggering amount of money, more than I will ever see in my lifetime, I'm sure that's way less than he would have made if money had been his top priority. Co-founder of Apple? He absolutely could be in the same ballpark as Bill Gates right now, 120 billion, were that his main priority in life. But then I looked it up. The comments of this site would probably be about 60% less if everyone took time to do this. TBH. I've met him, grew up with one of his kids. Very down-to-earth family and an amazing house. His kids didn't take his last name so they wouldn't have to deal with the limelight. He donated new computers to our computer lab, and it was there we used to have big LAN parties playing Warcraft 2 and Marathon, a game by a small company no one knew called Bungie. At the time, having 20 people in a room every Friday, bring a friend, to play video games together was just unheard of. A few years later, N64 would change our lives again and let us do 4-player multiplayer at home. Good times. Oh, and he had a cave in his backyard. And I remember a series of underconnected carpeted tunnels going from room to room above the ceiling. Every now and then one would have an open loft to a room, or a ladder to climb down. He did a lot on that house for his kids and spent money to make sure they grew up well-adjusted, but happy. Lots of experiences, not a lot of flash. Woz equals everything you love about Silicon Valley. Jobs equals everything you hate about Silicon Valley. Fun fact: a street in San Jose, California, is named Woz Way in his honor, thanks to his contribution to the Children's Discovery Museum located there. Wozniak was the single largest private donor during the original capital campaign that funded the museum. Yeah, but you gotta pay the bills. I may not care to be a billionaire, but man, I would love to have $50 mil and just know I never had to worry about money again. Apparently he still got 120 mil, but I get it bro, safety. Still, he shared some of his wealth with folks to whom he was grateful. I'll take more people like him in the world. When Apple was struggling with money, early employees were offered stock instead of a paycheck. Some people took the stock, some took the money instead. Fast forward to the company going public, those employees that took the stock became instant millionaires. Those that didn't. Woz felt bad for them. Jobs didn't think they deserved it since they didn't believe the company would be successful. Woz was very generous. Jobs held a grudge. I agree with both of them. To put a different perspective on this, the company where I work was offering employees the ability to buy company stock for like 0.25 a share back in the 90s. It split a bunch and is worth much more now. A bunch of people weren't able to purchase because cost of living etc. Most of the people I talked to wanted to buy, but were unable to. Is it hate on Steve Jobs' day on Reddit? It's been one of the site's most consistent through lines for more than a decade, though it hasn't been as loud of late. See also, Tesla equals good, Thomas Edison equals evil. Funny how the people who didn't do the work are most stingiest with sharing their money with the people who did. Some hard jobs dick riders on your comments. Apparently technological innovation is pointless without a salesman to hawk it. Good thing Edison was so good, otherwise I'd still be reading by candlelight.